years ago, I opened my first business when I was 21 years old. And it was just a very small business. But in a short period of time, the Lord blessed. And we went from running a single person operation to within 8 or 10 years, probably having 75 people working for us, having 3 different locations. And at that point in time, I was like most business owners where I was just working 12, 14, 16-hour days like everybody else, just keeping up with all the tasks that 3 businesses really require, or I thought they required, right? And then one night, it was funny how one conversation could change your whole life. But my wife had a conversation with me one night, and she said, "Hey, I want to talk to you," and I knew there was a little bit of seriousness in what she was saying. So I said, "Sure, what's up?" And she told me, which I was happy about. She said, "I was a great husband, I was a great provider to the family, and I was a great father to our children." But she said, "You're working a lot of hours, and our kids are now 10 years old. And in 10 more years, they're going to be out of the house. They're going to be married and living their own lives. So," she said, "I'm giving you a halftime warning. I don't want you to look back someday and say, hey, where did this time go?" And that got me to start looking at not so much time management, but how do I develop a strategy where I could run my business as absentee owner? And I developed a way to do that. It took me a year to separate myself completely from my businesses, but I was then able to leave my businesses, which were in New York, and move my family to Florida. And I was able to run my businesses as absentee owner. They actually ran better without me there than they ran with me there, right? Surprise, surprise. Again, you think that you're doing everything you can to run your businesses effectively, but really, if you're doing too much of the process, you're in the way, right? And if you could just get yourself out of the way and let your business do what it was meant to do, it'll grow proportionally very quickly. And that's what happened. From there, it caught the attention of the industry that I was working in. And, some of the big players said to me, we've never seen anything like this. Could you teach what you're doing here to our companies around the country? And I said, sure. And I started doing that. And about 3 years later, I found myself working in 25 different countries, doing this for businesses all around the world.